Home turf. Here it stands, wrapped in stripes.
60,000 people acting as one.
The atmosphere is incredible tonight.
A lot of electricity in the stadium. It's packed.
A living testament to the city that calls this jungle home. Watch as the challengers arrive confident, daring, unaware that every corner of this turf conspires in favor of the inhabitants. As the sun sets over these familiar stands, remind them why this is our home turf. And to our visitors, step carefully, or be consumed by the jungle you dared to enter.
Wear orange, wear black. It's Stripe the Jungle Week in Cincinnati as the Bengals welcome in the Detroit Lions for another calf fight in the jungle. Welcome in to Bengals Weekly. I'm Marissa Contipelli. The Bengals are set to face their second NFC North opponent of the season as they are eager to be back at home after playing 3 of the first 4 on the road. So as we get you set for a late afternoon kickoff in the jungle, we sit down with Evan McPherson and go behind the stripes as McPherson balances life on and off the field. The Bengals are helping intercept cancer as the team surprise those fighting to provide support. Brian Baldinger will be in the radio booth on Sunday as he joins the show to preview Bengals versus Lions. We will also take a deeper dive into this rumble in the jungle as the Bengals hold the all-time advantage. And on Countdown, one of the corners has been turning heads, and I'll tell you where he lands among the league leaders. But first, we had a new recruit on the field in Denver as Joseph Osai was wearing the hot mic for the first time as a Bengal. Here is this week's Mic'd Up from Monday nights.
All right, baby. I'm hot, turn. Watch. Come on. Biggest one you got. Let's ride. Biggest one you got today. Let's ride. Showtime. Let's do it. Let's ride, dog. Take it out and back today. Yeah, twin. Yeah, twin. I'm feds today. Here we go, boys. Yes, sir. 3 and out. 3 and out. Good boys. Good, Teddy. Good boys. Go bless him, Tice. Go bless him. Showtime. Showtime. Hey, hey, hey. I called too soon on that.
Great job playing the toss. Great job setting the edge on the toss. They'll think twice about running that thing.
It's a dog fight. It's a dog fight. Come meet him. Come bless him.
Next, rolling right, looking to throw. The second-year QB fires, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Demetrius Knight.
Let's go, D, keep working. Hold him. Good boys. Good shit, boys.
When we return here on Bengals Weekly, we sit down with the McPhersons and see how they navigate life on and off the field. Bengals Weekly is brought to you by Kettering Health, the official healthcare provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. Alta Fiber, the official Wi-Fi and internet provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. And Paycor, proud to be the official HR software provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. Since he was drafted in 2021, Evan McPherson has helped create historic and memorable moments for Bengals fans. This season, McPherson is one of just 8 kickers across the league with perfect marks for both field goals attempted and extra points. So how does this husband and father balance life on and off the field? Well, we now take you behind the stripes with Money Mac.
We both have 2 dogs. We both have daughters.
What?
I don't know.
I love it.
Me and Logan Wilson, I guess. I don't know if everybody knows, like, we have the same wedding anniversary too.
What?
Yeah. I think something even more crazy, our wives had the exact same due date. It's not like they were born on the same day. They had the exact same due date. The funniest story maybe of that day, like, we in the recovery wing or like the recovery floor, like, we shared a wall. So like in the middle of the night, like, we could hear their baby crying.
Oh my God.
The engagement's your most involved part. I had this whole thing like written out, typed out. I didn't follow one single word. We did up on the mountain on a look off. And on the drive out there, she said I wouldn't shut up. I don't remember what I said. I was just talking the whole time, and probably because I was nervous.
And I thought we were just going on a date. Like, once we pulled in, I was like, oh my goodness.
Basically, we just grew up together. Our families have known each other for a very long time. We just kind of grew up around each other. We knew of each other. I think we play pretty well off each other. She's more loud and I'm more quiet.
He was known for being a good guy, very humble.
I thought she was cute. And I saw her running like every single day, and I just wanted to date her. So I don't
And the rest is history, so.
Can you hear her? Mare.
Entering into parenthood, you can read all the books, you can talk to all the people to try to prep you. Yep. But I think
Parenthood.
that is. She's back.
It's been really awesome watching her become the mother that she is. I knew that she'd be a great mother, but she's just kind of exceeded all expectations, and she is the rock of this family.
Seeing him become a father, like, he's cared for me so much. He's always there to be like, hey, you need a break? Or like, here, let me take her. We both had goals of like what we wanted to be. I always dreamed of being a mom, and he always dreamed of being like where he is now.
Hello? Evan, this is Coach Taylor at the Bengals. Well, I think you're about to be pretty excited. We're going to submit a pic with your name on it right now. I appreciate it, Coach.
Evan McPherson from 57 yards away, cementing his status as the Bengals' #1 kicker in 2021.
Oh, that guy's unbelievable. He gave a little warm-up swing, and he said, looks like we're going to the AFC Championship, right before he went out there to kick it.
McPherson and Cincinnati is heading to the Super Bowl. He called it again, I'm sure. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Money Mac is here to stay, agreeing to a 3-year, $16.5 million contract, which is the most for a kicker for a 3-year deal in NFL history.
Excited to introduce and congratulate Evan on his new deal. It's well-deserved from his first game in this league. He's had a tremendous impact on this club, on this city. He's got the leg, he's got the confidence, he's got the ability, and he's only going to continue to get better and better. I'll leave you guys to Evan here, and again, congratulations to him.
Thank you. I mean, I give a lot of credit to my family all the time. The reason I'm here, they kept me confident whenever I was down, and my wife, she's been with me ever since I started kicking, and just grow with her and where we are now, and she's been really big in that. But it's just a great city to be a part of and to be in. Just to know that we're going to be here, so we're just going to have fun and win games.
Sunday is the Bengals Crucial Catch game. And when we return, we'll show you how the Bengals and Kettering Health are helping intercept cancer. Stay with us here on Bengals Weekly. Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. Cancer touches each and every member of the NFL family. Since 2009, the NFL's Crucial Catch campaign has raised over $35 million while impacting more than 1.9 million people through education, navigation, and screening reminders. Earlier this week, the Bengals visited the Kettering Health Cancer Center in Dayton to meet with oncology staff and visit with patients receiving treatment. Houday and the Bengals provided uplifting supports while passing out care packages to those fighting.
I think for our patients, having the Bengals come today was like moving mountains.
Hey, got some friends. And a little gift from you. You guys are gonna make me start crying. Don't do that.
Most of our patients don't have the opportunity to go to the games because of their condition, and having that come to them here, I think truly was just, I don't even know how to explain how excited they were.
Nice to meet you, ladies. And you.
Houday.
Houday.
We had patients that would not have gotten to do that experience if given the opportunity outside of the facility. So I think that opportunity here was amazing.
Thank you. You're looking pretty buff. Yeah.
My grandson will really like this. He's only 5.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And I've kept that.
Yeah, now you have another one to add to the collection.
Oh, absolutely. My new Facebook profile picture.
Getting to interact with the patients and just how excited and overjoyed they were. Some were brought to tears.
You're beautiful.
They have those experiences because it's a moment out of their treatment when they're going through something so hard to have a light, to have just a moment to take them away from the treatment that they're getting in the day. And it was just such a cool experience to watch.
Are you a big Bengals fan?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I've been a Bengals fan all my life. Houday.
Congratulations.
Houday.
Crucial Catch. If you don't get screened today, get screened. I think it's important for everyone to know that if you can get screened today and get screened early, we can catch cancer sooner.
Now this Sunday is the Bengals Crucial Catch game, and at halftime, the Bengals will honor survivors as they ring the bell at midfield. To learn more, visit Bengals.com/crucialcatch. Now, Brian Baldinger will be in the booth for the national radio broadcast as he now joins Dan Hoard to give us his preview of Lions versus Bengals.
One of our favorites will call the game on national radio this week. I'm speaking of the NFL Network's Brian Baldinger. Baldy, what's job one for the Bengals this week as they try to get back on track?
You got to start with protection. I mean, Detroit is a good offense, really good offense. They're back on track. And so you're going to have to get on track offensively, too, which you couldn't do Monday night in Denver. A lot of circumstances there. But I think protection of Jake, so he can at least, get to his third step, get to his fifth step, be able to set and be able to get the ball to those wideouts, to Jamar and to T and, Yossi, whoever. But, I think protection is going to be paramount. There is Aiden Hutchinson over there. You got to have a game plan for him. He can wreck your offense. He has done that 2 weeks in a row now to other teams. And so, you got to know where 97 is at all times.
You played in the NFL for more than a decade. It's an emotional roller coaster. If you're a captain or a Bengals team leader this week, what's your message after the last couple of games?
Well, you got to put Monday night behind you. It's a short week. You got to travel. So you got to flush that. If you're Trey, you're Jamar, you're Zeus. You got to get focused because this is a good football team coming to town. And they got the ship righted. They've got great playmakers. You got to lock in. You got to play the home crowd. You're in the jungle. You've got to win your home games. And so you got to flush that thing and get it out of your system and recharge here for this week. Because honestly, Dan, it's a week-to-week league. You know, I mean, nobody thought Cleveland could beat Green Bay, and, you know, nobody saw the Giants beating the Chargers. I mean, this is week to week. And so why can't it be week to week and put that disaster Monday night behind you? And really, you could beat Detroit. And if you do, now you're 3-2 and you're saying, hey, you know what? We just beat a good team. And so then you start to get that confident feeling back.
You have called Jamar Chase the best wide receiver in the NFL. What separates Jamar from the pack?
I think if you put Jamar at tailback, he'd be a great tailback. You know, I really do. I mean, I think he'd be an elite tailback. Like, he's so strong. He catches everything with his hands. Fundamentally, he comes back to the football. He doesn't give the defenders a chance. He is great with contested catches. I don't know what Detroit's plan is. Like, they've struggled at the corner position. But, you know, against the great corners, he can win. He can win in the deep ball. He can win on the old, you know, West Coast style of offense, Dan, where you short passes, long runs. We've seen him do everything.
Let's talk about the Lions. They come to town leading the NFL in scoring at 34 points a game. That's despite losing their offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, who's now the head coach of the Bears. What can a defense do to try to slow down Detroit?
Well, the first thing you got to do, Dan, honestly, is you got to stop the explosives, you know, and the run and pass, because Jahmyr Gibbs can score from anywhere. But you know, I say that, and then you see David Montgomery go for 70 a couple weeks ago. So you got to stop the explosive, and then, you know, Jameson Williams can score from anywhere. They're going to try and hit those. Johnny Morton will call those plays up. So you've got to limit the explosive, number one, and then you got to find ways to get Goff off the spot. If you let Jared Goff, he's a surgeon back there. If you let him stay on that spot and read defenses and find his outlets, he's going to have a good day. So you got to get quick pressure to Jared Goff.
Detroit is 32-10, including playoff games since the start of 2023. Dan Campbell's built a heck of a team in Detroit. You're going to be in the radio booth on Sunday. Give us a formula for how the Bengals come away with a victory at home.
Well, I think they got to hit their explosives. I mean, look, you just paid two wide receivers a boatload of money to go win games. And honestly, Dan, your stars win games, and those are your stars. So their secondary, while they have had a lot of takeaways, especially, you know, at the safety position, they're vulnerable out there. And so take your shots, take your go balls, you know, with T and Jamar, and hit them. I mean, that's the start. You know, anytime you got a guy like Aiden Hutchinson on the other side, like, you got to make them play the run as much as you can. They've added a lot of beef, Tyleik Williams. They've added a lot of beef in the middle. But, you know, I like to see the run game get going, where you have a little bit of bounce, a little bit of play action there on offense right now, and play some keep away, you know, from Jared Goff in that offense right now.
Baldy, appreciate your time and your expertise as always. Enjoy your trip to Cincinnati this weekend.
Coming up next, we check in with a lifelong Bengals fan whose love for the team and helping others runs deep. Stay with us here on Bengals Weekly. Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. Retired Army Colonel Mark Landers has been a fan of the Bengals since the day he was born, a love that he has since passed down to his children and grandchildren. But Landers' love for football and this team doesn't stop there.
My name is Mark Landers. I'm a retired Colonel, United States Army, retired litigator for the United States Air Force. I've been a Bengal fan since 1978, season ticket holder since 1982, and a lifelong fan of the Bengals, and will continue to be a fan of the Bengals. I missed one game in 44 years, and that's still a source of consternation with me. We had a rain delay on a Saturday afternoon when I was coaching youth football, and I tried to get the commissioner of the league to let me have the early game on Sunday morning so I could go to the Bengals game, and he would not do that. I commanded many units in the United States Army Reserves, and my soldiers knew when there was a Bengal game because they were coming in earlier, and they knew that when the colonel was leaving because I was going to that game. I was appointed to Montgomery County Veteran Service Commission in 2005, and I decided then that I was going to learn the complexity and the legalities of the VA benefit system. I've dedicated myself now as a VA accredited attorney of helping fellow veterans secure the VA benefits that they earned and they deserve. 78, set, hunt. All right, come on. Probably started youth in 2001, started high school in about 2005, and so I've been a high school football coach for over 20 years. But more importantly, I was given the opportunity to coach both of my grandsons, which is one of the more pleasurable things I've ever done in my life. We got 3 primary run reads. We got ISO. We got power. We have counter. And we have fast flow. Football has taught me that you control your attitude. You control your effort. So I try to encourage them to keep at it because I believe those attributes of showing up with a good attitude, being resilient, not quitting, will serve you in life, whatever you decide to do. Head's got to be up. Head goes down, you get injured. Head up, eyes up. It is very, very satisfying to see somebody that's gone on to be successful in the business world, the teaching world, the coaching world, playing collegiate football, and maybe you had a small part in what they were doing. This gentleman over here is named Matt Klein. I had the opportunity to be his high school football coach, and we've become very good friends. We've been in some businesses together. Matt Klein played football for me for 4 years at Fairborn High School. He has a business where he sells shoes online, but he had decided that he wanted to start a nonprofit, and he decided just a pair of shoes. And the reason why he chose those words is because he recalls one time when he wanted a certain brand of shoe and his mother didn't have the money for that particular brand. But when he eventually got that brand, it made him feel so good about himself.
Once you have the confidence, you start to really excel in anything, whether that's sports, whether that's in your career.
We've given away shoes as far as Columbus, Ohio, Cincinnati, the Dayton area. What started out probably giving away 200 to 300 shoes in a year is now up into thousands.
Oh, look at these.
And it's getting bigger because Matt Klein has a story. And at one time the young man was homeless, and the young man knew when he got those shoes he wanted, how that made him feel.
When I put my shoes on, I can do anything. I can be anything. All right, let's get some shoes. 31!
I have never been to a game that I didn't have a good time at. And that's why I'm never going to lose those tickets. It's just too much fun to me. It's allowed me to bond with my grandsons. They go to every game with me. It's a family affair.
We inherited being a Bengals fan. It wasn't a choice, so.
That's right.
We both have kids ourselves. I mean, I would assume one day these tickets, pass down, and the same tradition with my kids, bringing them down and, Bengals football.
I hope it's something that my great-grandkids are coming and doing.
I don't know what I would do if I didn't have those tickets. There's nothing like it.
When we return, we turn it over to Dan, Dave, and Jeff as they discuss which young players have shown promise early on. Stay with us here on Bengals Weekly. Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. Already this season, we've seen some of the young players show flashes as to why this team brought them in to Cincinnati. Now let's send it over to Dan, Dave, and Jeff to find out who has caught their eyes through the first 4 games.
In the first 4 games of the season, a bunch of young players have gotten valuable playing time. And in this Who Day conversation, we're going to focus on a few of them who are showing promise. Lap, you're up first.
A couple of young interior offensive linemen I thought showed well. Dylan Cooper Fairchild. He's a load. He's got tremendous athletic ability, a lot of size. He can move laterally, can change direction very quickly, bend his knees, sink his hips, and strike people. I like the kid. I think he's going to have a very bright future in the National Football League. I think he's one of these guys that could, play 10, 15 years, somewhere in that range. I like the way he plays. I think he plays every single down the same way. You know what you're going to get from him. He's an all-out effort guy. He played at Georgia, so he's used to success. The other young player, Jalen Rivers. Fairchild's only 22 years old, you know, rookie, young buck. Jalen Rivers, same deal, 23 years old. He's 6'6", 320, 325 pounds. The position versatility is the thing that appeals to me. The only place he hasn't played is center. He's played both guards and both tackles in his career in high school, college, and the National Football League. I know it's not easy learning every single position, and so you have to know what everybody does on every single play, because you could be at any one of those line spots. One of his best traits is his pass protection, because he's very long arms, big, strong hands, puts the clamp on him, and you know, that 35-inch arm is a huge advantage. There's no question. I think Fairchild has got more room to grow. I think there's more meat on the bone. But I think Rivers is, you know, just a big piece of clay that's waiting to be molded, you know, by some artist, architect, and hopefully that artist, architect is Scott Peters.
Fairchild and Rivers certainly showing promise. Who's next?
I'm going to go with an old young guy. I'm going to go with Dax Hill. We know him, he's been around for 4 years, but he actually celebrated his 25th birthday Monday night, which makes him younger than one of the guiding light rookies, Demetrius Knight. He's actually younger than one of the guys in the rookie class. Yet he's played 1,000 snaps at safety, but he's been a corner for only 2 years. His 10th game as a corner doesn't come until they play the Lions this Sunday at Paycor. And it sure looks like he's back from the ACL injury that limited his season last year to just 5 games. He's been at his best when they need him the most. We think back to the Jags game, down 7-0, in desperate need of a stop. He makes an end zone pick of Trevor Lawrence. He doesn't make that play, they don't win that game. And he made another huge play when the game was gettable in Denver. 3rd down, 3rd and 1, really showing that ACL is back. Makes a great stop on the goal line on a jet sweep, knocks down Harvey for no gain, sets up Demetrius Knight's first career interception. Dax Hill gives you a little bit of everything. He's a Michigan man. When they drafted him, there was some comparisons to Leon Hall when it came to character and his style of play. Bright, versatile, very impassive player on the field, always under control, very Leon Hallish. He's given them a dose. He could arguably be, if not their best defender, one of the best defenders in the first quarter of the season.
All right, my pick is a rookie that you alluded to, linebacker Demetrius Knight, and he flashed right away. On Cleveland's first drive in the season opener, Knight made a tackle on the first play of the game, second play of the game, 6th play, 8th play, 9th play, 10th play, and 11th play.
Wow.
7 tackles on the first 11 defensive snaps of his NFL career. That's got to be a record.
Never heard it before.
After 4 games, Demetrius is second on the team in tackles, and he made the defensive play of the game in the Denver game with a leaping, juggling end zone interception off of Bo Nix. The married father of 2 has future captain written all over him and should be a mainstay in the middle of the Bengals defense for years to come. 2 guards, a cornerback, and a linebacker. Position groups with young players showing a lot of promise in this Who Dey conversation.
When the Bengals and Lions met in 1989, the all-time series was tied at 2. But 4 quarters later, that would change. Boomer Esiason and Tim McGee put on one of the best offensive shows the fans would witness that season, as the 42 points the Bengals put up on the scoreboard that afternoon remains the most points scored in the series to this day. We now take you into the vaults. In a dominant 42-7 win over the Detroit Lions in 1989, the Cincinnati Bengals showcased one of their most explosive offensive performances of the season.
Boomer complete to Mike Martin for the touchdown.
Quarterback Boomer Esiason led the charge with 399 passing yards and 3 touchdowns.
So Boomer Esiason, using his scrambling ability, complete to Tim McGee.
Wide receiver Tim McGee delivered the best game of his career. racking up 194 receiving yards and a touchdown on 11 receptions in a true breakout performance.
Over the near side, and Boomer again goes back to throw. Looking. Now he's going to run. Looks downfield. Fires it into the corner of the end zone. Touchdown to McGee.
From start to finish, the Bengals offense overwhelmed the Lions. And a dominant performance earned both Esiason and McGee AFC Offensive Player of the Week honors, as the Bengals went on to win their third consecutive game over the Lions. Well, the Bengals look to get back in the win column this week. And up next, we'll hear from the guys as they prepare to tame this explosive Lions team.
Got the black and orange look today. Black jerseys, orange pants with black stripes, and the iconic orange tiger stripe helmet.
Morgan, orange and black, and then right to the jungle. It's perfect for this building here tonight.
Well, the Bengals are undefeated when we stripe the jungle. And fans, as you make your way to Paycor Stadium on Sunday, make sure you dress the part. Here is a look at the stadium map for which sections should wear black and which should wear orange. Now, this map is also available to view at Bengals.com, along with the Bengals social media channels. And if you don't know what to wear, well, we have a solution for you. All you have to do is stop by the Bengals Pro Shop for both color options prior to Sunday's game. Now, Cincinnati enters this matchup 10-3 all-time against Detroit. And that .769 win percentage, well, that's the highest against any NFL opponent in franchise history. 2021 was the last time these teams met, Dan Campbell's first year at the helm for Detroit. But that game, well, it was all Bengals. The offense put up nearly 400 total yards, led by Jamar Chase's 97 receiving yards and Joe Burrow's 3 passing touchdowns. But the defense, well, they had themselves a day as well. Trey Hendrickson sacked Jared Goff as Logan Wilson ripped a pass away from Amon-Ra St. Brown for an interception. The Lions were held scoreless until the 6:24 mark left in the fourth quarter, as Cincinnati was victorious 34-11. Can we get one more look at that play by Logan Wilson on Amon-Ra St. Brown? I mean, just pulling the ball away like that. Now, the Bengals, well, they will face a very different looking Lions team from the one that we saw in that 2021 meeting. Detroit has added star edge rusher Aiden Hutchinson, along with Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, and Sam Laporta, just to name a few on the offensive side. Now, the Lions offense has been one of the best in the league this season, and the Bengals will be tasked with the challenge of slowing them down.
It's a really good football team. I love personally playing these types of games. These are my favorite games to play. This is why we do it. You know, it is a tough task. I've got a lot of respect for the job Dan and his staff do on offense. Coach Jared for 2 years, got a ton of respect for him.
He's obviously great quarterback, great in the play action game. You know, obviously you got to have good eyes. They will take shots down the field. He's a great thrower when it comes to deep ball. Knowing what they were building, you could tell they had the identity of their coaching staff, their head coach, the way that they played. Our guys have to own it. I trust our guys will be able to do that. They got to do it on Sunday. They have two great running backs. Jahmyr being a scat back, you know, great on the outside, great cutback skills. And then, you know, Montgomery being more the downhill runner. They have two great backs who complement off each other, and they play very big. Obviously, great possession receiver, you know, great in the slot, great on the outside. You know, you have to stop him, know where he is at all times, first, second, third down. You know, eliminate him, eliminate the amount of times he can get the ball. You know, force somebody else to beat us.
He's definitely a top receiver, but like I said, every time it's about us. It's not about what they do, it's about how we do, how we prepare, how we go out and take the field. And that's all we worried about. And he's just next one up.
Anytime you get ready to play these elite edge rushers, obviously it comes with its own task. He's a very special talent, young player in this league that's been ascending and been playing at a high level since he stepped in the league.
So they got a whole 9 yards. We got a handful, but we're excited for the test. I believe we got the guys in our room, in our building, to do what we got to do to win the game.
You know, unfortunately, we're going through a bump in the road. But, you know, like I said, it's adversity, we got to face it. You know, I feel like people always made us underdogs. I feel like it's our job to make sure that we show them the wrong.
Again, our backs against the wall a little bit going in this game off of 2 losses. That's perfect. You know, I'd like to see how everybody responds, who lives in fear, who thrives in the adversity. It's a great opportunity for a coach to really assess what guys are made of, myself included. And so again, it's a tremendous opportunity that we are not running from, we are running directly into.
Coming up next, it's Contipelli's Countdown, where I'll tell you where Dax Hill ranks in a certain category among all AFC corners. Stay with us here on Bengals Weekly. Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. The Lions make their first trip to the jungle since 2017, as Sunday marks just the 14th meeting all-time between these two teams, separated by just a short 260-mile trip up 75. Now, the last time these cats squared off, the Bengals won the fight in Detroit, as they will look to tame the Lions again this time around. Dan Campbell was just handed over the reins in Detroit when the Bengals and Lions last squared off. And Week 6 of 2021 was all Cincinnati. Trey Hendrickson took down Jared Goff in the first quarter as Trey takes aim at his third in a row with a sack against the Lions. The Bengals held the Lions scoreless until the 6:24 mark in the fourth quarter, as they cruised to a 34-11 win. Cincinnati brings in a 7-game win streak over Detroit, as the .769 win percentage over the Lions is the highest against any NFL opponent. Zach Taylor's crew will look to channel that 2021 performance as they are up against the league's top scoring offense this season. Detroit is averaging over 34 points per game, with Amon-Ra St. Brown leading the league with 6 receiving touchdowns. Star edge rusher Aiden Hutchinson has a sack in each of the last 3, as Detroit's blitz rate of 41.4% on dropbacks is the second highest in the league. But the Lions defense has allowed an opening drive touchdown in every game so far this season. It's the first time an NFL team has allowed a TD on the opponent's opening possession in the first 4 games since 2005. And if the Bengals are to score on their first drive this Sunday, it would be the first time since 1991 a team would have surrendered a first drive touchdown in their first 5 games. As for the Bengals defense, Demetrius Knight snagged his first career INT last week, as the rookie has looked anything like a first-year player. Knight's 31 tackles on the season are second most on the team, as his 19 solo tackles lead all rookies league-wide. With Knight's pick last week, that brought the season total for the defense to 5, 5th most in the league. DJ Turner has one of those picks, as his 5 passes defended on the season is a team high and 3rd most among all AFC defenders. Dax Hill has logged 8 or more tackles in 3 of the first 4, as his 21 solo tackles are the most among all AFC corners on the season. And Geno Stone led the team with a career-high 10 tackles in Week 4, as Stone has at least 5 tackles in 3 of the first 4 games. Stone also had an interception off Jared Goff the last time he faced them. And there's no place like home for Chase Brown. The running back is averaging over 100 scrimmage yards over his last 5 games at Paycor Stadium. Brown recorded a season-high 71 scrimmage yards last week, along with a season-high 4 yards per carry on the ground. And as the Bengals get set to take on another NFC opponent, take note that Brown has a touchdown in 4 of the last 5 against the NFC. When we return, it's time for Social Spotlight. And what's that? A big-time play made by D Knight? Well, we've already seen this highlight on the show, but we haven't been the only ones talking about it this week. This fall, the Bengals have teamed up with Ohio Cat to bring the jungle to you. Every Friday during the football season, we will be out at a different high school football game, cheering on our local teams. Students and fans have the opportunity to take pictures with Houday, show off their best school spirit, and win great prizes. Rule your school and be on the lookout for Friday night stripes, because the Bengals and Ohio Cat could be coming to your game next. Houday Nation, it's time to recognize our high school coaches. Nominate your coach for the Bengals Coach of the Week, presented by Paycor. Visit Bengals.com/Coach of the Week for more information. It's now time for our weekly social spotlight segment, and it's only fitting that we kick things off with one of the rookies who's been making a splash since hearing his name called by Cincinnati in April. Now, the NFLPA showing some love for rookie Demetrius Knight after snagging his first career interception when he picked off Bo Nix on 4th and goal last week in Denver. Now, as we mentioned, Sunday is Stripe the Jungle, and Houday says, make sure you check your section. But wait, how does he move that fast to make that catch? Well, maybe might be a little bit of magic is kind of going on here. What a fun video, and we do have the Stripe the Jungle maps available on the Bengals social media pages as well, so make sure you check out that. Sunday, well, it's also our Crucial Catch game, and earlier this week, Houday, now he's been a very busy cat, Houday, along with the Bengals, stopped by the Kettering Health Cancer Center to visit with patients and provide their support. Now, the Bengals are helping the fight to intercept cancer, and this season, the Bengals will donate $1,000 to the Kettering Health Crucial Catch Fund every time our defense makes an interception. All you have to do is visit Bengals.com/crucialcatch to learn more. And make sure you're following along on the Bengals social media channels. To check us out, all you have to do is search @Bengals and hit that follow button. Kickoff between the Lions and the Bengals is slated for 4:25 Eastern, and you can catch all the action on your local Fox station. Check out one of the streaming options, including the Fox Sports app in market, NFL Plus nationally, or NFL Sunday Ticket out of market. You can also listen in to Dan Hoard and Dave Lapham on the Bengals Radio Network. Thanks for tuning in to Bengals Weekly. Kickoff between the Lions and the Bengals is coming up. For Dan Hoard, Dave Lapham, Jeff Hobson, and our entire crew, I'm Marissa Contipelli. We'll see you next week. Bengals Weekly was brought to you by Paycor, proud to be the official HR software provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. AltaFiber, the official Wi-Fi and internet provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. Your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. And Kettering Health, the official healthcare provider of the Cincinnati Bengals.